Good morning, passport holders. Today is May 14, 2015, day 195 of the vlogs. If you're new, hi, I'm Cade, and today is full of driving. I'm going to be driving across the state of Wyoming again as I head into Ogden, Utah. So it should be about 6.5 hours worth of driving if all goes well. And at this point, it's currently just kicking off at, I believe it's 10 a.m. now, so should be there, 4:30, 5 o'clock-ish. And then I've got a couple of down hours before I meet up with another YouTuber. Should be an exciting day, though. Hope you guys are having a good one. Welcome to US Highway 287 again. Passport holders, you've been here a couple of times now. I should be on this for about 55 miles until I reach, oh gosh, just outside of Laramie, I believe it is. Welcome back to Wyoming, passport holders. Should be here for about another 5.5 hours. I've successfully made it to Laramie, Wyoming, and as I pass over the freeway, I will be making a right turn onto the 80 West. And there you have it with that transition. I have 341 miles here on the I-80 West. Should be fairly smooth driving. I'm hoping that as I descend into the valley that I don't have a snow problem like I have the past couple of times. That's it, I'm not expecting it. It's the middle of May. Yes, they got snow here recently. As in like 3 days ago they got snow up here. So I'm hoping that it's all melted off though, and I suspect that it has. In typical fashion, I turn off the time lapse and all of a sudden the blue sky breaks right out. So at this point I am 174 miles in, 2 hours 42 minutes, and I am getting a shocking 26.5 miles a gallon. I am getting pushed by the wind is in part what this is. But I've just got some beautiful views out here. I mean, it's Wyoming again. Like, makes it pretty easy to do these kinds of drives. So I'm slouching down a little bit because I know I've got another 4 hours in the car, and that, fortunately, because of these winds, I actually have enough fuel where I can actually make it all the way if I want to. I'm still on the fence about whether or not I decide to stop and eat, but I'll figure that out kind of as I go along. At this point, it's time for another podcast, and this time it's my buddy Matt Wilson's new podcast. I believe it's called Live Adventurously. So I'll be back with some thoughts on the first 2 episodes. I don't know if you guys can see the table face over there. It's absolutely gorgeous. More of the beautiful Rockies around me here. I love this stuff. Wow, look at that. It's pretty. I'm hoping for a break in the clouds, but in the meantime, over here to the left, we've got more mountains with snow on them. Today's drive has really kind of been about 2 things. The first and foremost is listening to podcasts that I've fallen behind on. So things like Back to Work, where I had, I think it was 6 episodes. When I left Minneapolis. So I've had a lot of time in the car since then, been able to slowly but surely work through those. So that's kind of been the first part of the podcast and stuff that I've been doing while on this drive. And the second part has been really thinking about whether or not I'm doing myself a disservice by not being honest with myself. I say that I do these videos for me, and there's definitely a piece of that is absolutely true. That I am doing these videos 5, 10, 15, 50 years down the line. And I have a question mark on, what I would do if I lost my job tomorrow. Because obviously the vlogging stuff isn't going to pay the bills, even the minimum bills that I have right now. So, what would I do? Would I go take another corporate job? I don't think so. Would I try and be a consultant? I don't want to trade time for money. So
like, the best solution that I can come up with is that while I have my corporate jobby job that allows me tons of flexibility, would it be in the best interest of myself to look at this as a business and look at this as something that is, we'll call it 3 years in the making to being self-sufficient, right? And I'm not saying that you know, hey, I'm able to draw a huge salary off of it, but straight up, like, it can pay for me to continue to travel, which with the way that I do it is actually a very low number. You know, should I be looking at this as a potential business that I am going to invest a lot of time, effort, energy, and do the marketing, create the platforms for me to go out and be successful doing this? And I don't know. Like, I think that there is a part of me that says this is my next career.
Once again here in western Wyoming, and that means it's time to visit the windmill farm out here. And there's some pretty good winds going on today, so they're all in motion and definitely fun to look at. As stated, with this being a construction zone and me being on a 2-lane highway that's now going 2 directions, that crosswind is presenting quite a number of challenges in order to make sure that I stay on my side of this highway. Currently on I-80 heading west. It is 3:30 locally. I'm finally reaching the end of the clouds, which is a good thing, but I'm also reaching the end of Wyoming. So in the next, I don't know, probably 15 seconds or so, I will end up crossing into Utah, which, if memory serves, this will be like the 4th time since I've been doing this series of vlogs that I am in Utah. And I believe it will be the 4th and 5th night that I will be there. So here we are, coming up on the state line here. And it did. Well, hopefully you guys are able to see that. That was the sign stating that I am now in Utah. Got blocked out by that truck, which is a bit of a bummer, but it is what happens sometimes. Well, I have now arrived at the hotel. It was 450 miles door to door, 6 hours, 42 minutes here in the car, an average of 26.5 miles a gallon, which, all things said and done, I think is completely sufficient. Now time to go check in and see how this hotel room looks. I've made my way over to Costa Vida here in what I guess is downtown, looks like, Ogden, in order to meet up with Brandon from vlog Epicness. So I'm really excited to meet him and hang out with him, because I've enjoyed his videos for a little bit, and I certainly have enjoyed how much he's commented on mine. So I certainly have not returned the favor in that respect. But yeah, it should be fun to meet up with him in the next, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes. So should be fun. So yes, I have met up with Brandon from vlog Epicness. And yes, this is my first YouTuber, as I mentioned earlier, that I did not know before I started YouTube. So I knew a bunch of them, but you're the first one that I've interacted with since I started my channel. So thank you. Now. Yeah, you should feel special. And additionally, he should feel special because we closed down not 1, but 2 locations tonight as we were bouncing around just talking about all different kinds of YouTube stuff. And so I have no questions that I'm stealing some of his tactics and strategies, and I know that I put a couple into his toolbox that you'll be thinking about doing over the course of the next couple of weeks. But you know what? What's one of the things that you really want to begin to do as a result of this, that you think that you can do better or make things interesting for viewers to jump on vlog Epicness with you?
You know, for me, there's a lot of things that I need to work on. I need to improve and do better. For one thing, I need to be more consistent. I also just, I need to be more entertaining. I need to be funnier. I just need to be more like Cade all around is what I need to do.
I am not funny. This guy is funny. You should definitely go check out his rant videos. I die laughing every time. So once again, Vlog Epicness, links are down below, and I may even do a bottom third for you because this has been a heck of a lot of fun, and we killed, 3 hours together now?
Yeah, you know that you're talking about something you're passionate about. When we went through 3 hours flew by, and I feel like we could probably do another 3 hours.
There's no question. My only thing at that point would be that we need beers. All right, well, I got to get back to the hotel because I need to get some sleep, but this has been way too much fun, and I don't think it's going to be the last time.
Oh, absolutely not. We'll see you next time you're through town, man.
Sounds good. Well, I'm back at the hotel room after the short drive back from Costa Vida and the arcade that we were hanging out in. It was just a ton of fun to hang out with Brennan. He's a very, very genuine guy, and the guy is just very, very intelligent and funny and intentional regarding what he's trying to do just in life. I mean, he's trying to support his family. He's trying to provide better opportunities for them. And you know what? The YouTube thing is just something to feed his creative spirit right now. But I truly do believe that he's one of the guys who I'm going to grow up with. As my channel grows, as his channel grows, we're going to spur one another on and help each other out. I truly do believe that because he's that kind of guy. So, all that said, I am extremely tired at this point. Thank you for your time, your attention, your views, your comments, shares. Like, all that stuff matters, guys, and it means so much to me. So thank you. And tomorrow I am heading off to Cedar City, I think it is, Utah. So it's about 4 hours south of here. And it'll give me access to Zion on Saturday, which I could not be more happy about. Hopefully the weather cooperates and I get the opportunity to go do a good hike. So yeah, that's kind of what's on the plan for the next 2 days, which is pretty exciting. So remember, you never stumble upon opportunity by standing still, so go do cool stuff, and bye for now.